Today we're going to look at two verbs, have and like, that we looked at last week. And we're going to be looking at student book page 9 and workbook page 7. But first of all, let's show you what you've got to do. Right, last week we looked at the subject of a sentence. The subject of a sentence is who or what that we are going to talk about. Okay? And most of the time, the subject is the first word in our sentence, the first thing that we say. And if the subject is a person, we can give their name, but most of the time, instead of using somebody's name, we use I, or you, or we, or they, or if it's one person, he or she, or one thing, it. So we can use these instead of the name of the subject, but it's still the subject. So what's a little bit difficult is that when we have the subject one boy or man, he, one lady or girl, she, or one thing, it, then we change the spelling of our verbs. So let's look over here and let's look at it. So, when we look at verbs, words that tell us what we do, then we need to be able to say yes, we need to be able to say no, and we need to be able to make a question. So let's look at it. So first of all, we take our verb have. What lesson do you have? I have maths, I have English. So most of the time, we just say have. I have, you have, they have, we have. But if we're talking about one person or one thing, we use has. So it would be I have maths, she has PE. And with the verb like, most of the time we say I like, or you like, or we like, or they like. But if it's he or she or it, then we change it to likes. So, I like maths, she likes geography. I like PE, he likes science. Okay, how do we say no? Well, with the verb have, we would say do not have. Okay, so if the subject is I, or you, we, they, do not have, or we can say don't, can't we? Don't have, it's the same. Okay, but if the subject is he, she, or it, then it becomes does not have. So, I don't have maths, she does not have maths. And then if our verb is like, then most of the time we would say don't like. But if our subject is he, she, or it, then it becomes does not like or doesn't like. So, I don't have maths on Friday, she doesn't have maths on Friday. I don't like geography, he doesn't like science. Okay, so again, when our subject is he, she, or it, we change the spelling. Do goes to does. Do not become does not. Now, if we're making a question, okay, then the question is going to be, we're going to use do most of the time. So it's going to be do you have, or do I have, or do they have. But again, if the subject is he, she, it becomes does. Okay, so does we use with he, she, it. Notice have. We don't use has, only use has to say yes. If our verb is like, then most of the time it's going to be do you like? But if the subject is he, she, or it, it's going to be does. Okay? So you have to be very careful. The subject is he, she, or it. And if the questions are here, what will the answers be? Do you have? The answer is always going to be do, if it's yes, or do not if it's no. But if it's he, she, or it, the answer is going to be does or doesn't. Okay? Do you like? Yes, I do. Does she like? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. So that's what we're going to try and do today. So let's have a look over here. Student book, page 9, okay? Here we've got Nick talking to Julie. Does Julie, our subject, does she like her new school? She says, yes, it's great. So, does she like? The answer is going to be does. Does she like? Yes, she does. Does she like art? Okay, here look, she's talking about art. I have art on Fridays. I love Fridays. Does she like? Does she like? The answer is going to be again, does. Yes, she does. Here, does she have art every day? She says here, no, I don't have art. Okay, so does she have? Does she have? And the answer is going to be does not. Question is does, the answer must be does. Okay, and the last one, two people, Nick and Julie, they. So the subject is they. Do they have the same schedule? The question is do, the answer will be do or do not. Do they have? Yes, they do, or no, they do not. Okay, and then the last one, quite hard this. Workbook page 7, let's just look at it. Here you've got the answers, we've got to write the question. Does he like maths? Yes, he does, he loves it. Okay, number 2. Wednesday, art. Does she have art on Wednesdays? Okay, the answer is yes, she has art on Wednesdays. Subject is she, so our question must be does. Does she have? Does she have art on Wednesdays? Yes, she does. This one here, Monday, drama. Oh, there, Monday, does he have drama on Mondays? He has drama on Mondays. This one here, look, we've got geography. Look at her face, she's not happy. So the question is like. Answer, no, does not. Subject is she. Okay, and the last one, Tuesday, computers. Answer, he doesn't. So the question must be does because the subject is he. Okay, you try those. That's quite difficult, but you've got to remember if the subject is he, she, or it, to say yes, we change have to has, like to likes. If we're saying no, it's does, not, or doesn't. And when we're making a question, if the subject is he, she, or it, we use does, and the answer will be does or does not if our subject is he or she.